Alright guys, thought I would do update 2 just before I head to bed. So yesterday we were playing the explosive concoction slayer. I think last time we had a few divines, a few chaos. We were up to 6 divines. We found 2 divines from a mercenary that we killed. We sold a power charge helmet. I valed a Devoto's helmet for 90% mana reduction, or you know what I mean, the socketed, the mana enchant friggin' corruption. And I sold a couple things like a Comb's Heart, a couple rings, and just been selling stuff here or there for a few chaos. Looks like I'm about to lag out. That's lovely, isn't it? So let's hover over the gear before we lag out. Oh, there we go. Let's see if we can log back in. So as you can see, obviously, EU servers are still absolutely terrible, but, you know, we move. Not much you can do about it. Yesterday / today, couldn't get any maps going, because every single time I tried to complete a map, just crashed. Just straight up crashed. Kind of looks like it's happening now, so I'll just run you through the gear. So we found the craft for damage whilst leeching. Managed to get attack speed with one of the Ickers. Look how laggy this game is. Now I'm going to my hideout. A belt was just literally had chaos res, and I crafted some life on it. The boots, we just found those just before, I think. And I crafted on the 4% damage with endurance charge with the red Ickers. We found a tabular off a merc. I haven't purchased any gear, so this is all SSF gear. Just found a Carnage Heart and enchanted Divine Judgment onto it. The shield, just keeping it because these 2 pieces have accuracy on, which is what I need. So it's just all life res gear. Recently found this helmet as well. Off, this was off a merc as well. I'm pretty sure all my gear is off mercs, every single piece. Yeah, I'm pretty sure every single piece I'm wearing is off a mercenary. So it's pretty good. We have Granite Flask going on. Main changes I've pretty much done to the build are, obviously I've leveled up. We've now got, if you can see, I'll move out of the way. Basically we have a lot of Frenzy Charge and Endurance Charge generation. We have some kind of reduced prod speed but damage for closer range. Some life nodes and attack speed per enemy that's close. Obviously I'm wearing a tabula, so I just took the life mastery. And I took a few strength nodes because, yeah, I couldn't really level up my skill, and I did an Uber lab. So this just basically means that my endurance charges is equal to my frenzy charges, so really I could just start stacking frenzy charges and get rid of, you know, maybe some of these nodes, save me some points, just get an extra endurance charge, or maybe just get rid of these and get a... Maybe I could have enchanted this onto an amulet, but pretty much the build itself is level 87. It's killed the 2 invites, the small invites. I'm working my way towards Eater and Exarch. If you look, have to just do some tier 13 maps, but none are dropping. My actual Atlas tree is simply spec'd into Keurig missions and chance for +1 and shrines, because shrines are fun. And yeah, the damage on the build is beginning to fall off, I would say, but I literally have no gear. This is like kind of gear you would come out of the campaign with. You would have a, you know, yeah, I've got a 6-link, but honestly, 6-link, 4-link, it's all the same. I just have a Carnage Heart and life and res gear. And obviously this just scales with your flask and the levels. I did put quality on it for the lab, from the lab. I can run you through a quick map if you want to just see a random yellow map, how it's kind of progressing. We'll see if London doesn't lag me out. The merc we're using just has determination. I've been kind of messing around just picking up random ones, and to be honest, they all kind of feel as useless as each other, because the really good ones are probably high level and they just flatten me. I will say that I've died fairly consistently in red tier maps when fighting mercs. For example, this one would probably be okay because it doesn't really have too much damage. Yeah, it's got smite, but you know, you could probably kill this, but I won't, just for the showcase. But yeah, we've made our way to red maps, and to be honest, damage is absolutely fine. Some souped up rares, hasted soul eater, yeah, they take a while to get down, but to be honest, considering I literally have no gear, it's been a pretty solid run. I do have 6 divines, and I am considering re-rolling, because obviously there's not really too much places you can put money in this build. Not in the way that I'm playing it anyway. I'm just kind of using this as a really cheap league starter, and then I'm going to pick something more fun. But I've never played a concoction skill, so I just figured I'd try it. The mana problem seems to have gone away now, so that's good. I've dropped precision because I've got that accuracy on my piece, on my pieces of gear, so I've freed up a little bit of mana there, but you can just run that if you want. You could also probably put on Tempest Shield now that I've got enough mana. But yeah, it's pretty zoomy, and this is kind of a bad example because Vault kind of sucks, but when you actually get a ton of shrines on, pretty damn zippy on this build. Probably just going to do 2 stones and then re-roll and look for a different build. I think with 6 divines, I'd be better putting 6 divines into a different build than this. I don't know what to play, but I've been enjoying just kind of like normally, even though I'm play softcore, I kind of don't want to die, and I try to like have as little deaths as possible. This build I've not really cared. I've just fought all the mercs I want to. I've gone into rippy maps and yeah, not really bothered, and it's been quite chill, to be honest. Just to play something different, because I actually haven't sat down and played a video game in probably since the last PoE 1 league. I tried a little bit of PoE 2 but didn't like it. So now I'm just basically putting in strong boxes. That's kind of what I'm doing. I do need to do my Pantheon so I can't be frozen. That would be ideal, but I'm being a bit lazy, to be honest. Yeah, definitely should do my Pantheons, but yeah, we have about 7 div, and we're basically running a Tabula with life and res gear. The only things to note are these 2 damage when leeching nodes with divine judgment. The rest is, yeah, just slight improvements. You know, my res has gone up a little bit. I've got a little bit more chaos res. But if I was to go and trade and spend a divine, my gear would be so much better. The gloves I'd probably keep, but I could go and get, considering I don't really need as much res as I sort of have, I could definitely go get more chaos res, more life, obviously go buy a 6-link chest piece with armor evasion, but I think where I am with the build, I'll probably just keep it totally SSF based gear. Yeah, I'm in Trade League, but you know, sometimes it's nice just to play kind of SSF if you want. All I've basically used trade for is to sell things. Yeah, I've got the town up and running a little bit, so I have a few things farming. Nothing major though. I just randomly put some what's the word, farming things, you know, sending some shipments out. Shipments seem a bit slower, but maybe I've not got the guys ranked up. But in terms of the actual league, it seems pretty fun, and I definitely think if I was to level again, and kind of now I understand how the mercs work, I think you could blitz through the leveling really fast with an alternate character. I suppose I'm just really looking for a build, but yeah, just explosive concoction, and then the 6-link I've basically added in fire pen and cruelty. Before I was just using concoction, faster attacks, greater volley, wed. Now I've put in fire pen. I think I had fire pen last time in a 5-link, didn't I? Yeah, this crappy 5-link. So I lost a bit of res, and then just got a 6-link. I mean, I bet if I was to look up a chess piece with 6 links, How cheap would it be, you think? Let's take a quick gander. 6 links. With 3 green, 3 red. 34 chaos, and then I'd just have a base to craft on. So yeah, I mean, I could literally go do that, but you know, I feel like sometimes you've got to play a bit of SSF, because otherwise there's no point me looking at loot on the ground. How long have I played? 19 hours with characters been online. I don't think I've actually played 19 hours, but if I have, I've played 19 hours. But I'm basically level 90 league start, and I'm pretty much within touching distance of 2 watchstones, and then I'll re-roll and see where we are, because I don't think this build is going to be endgame, certainly not pinnacle bosses, so I do want to kill pinnacle bosses, so I'll probably end up re-rolling. But yeah, I've enjoyed the character. I've never played this skill before, so if you're unaware of how it works, you basically throw in unarmed projectiles, and then when it's using your flask, it's dealing damage basically based off your flask. So I could do a poisonous concoction slayer. I could swap to that if that's more end game viable, but for the moment I'm just getting the town up and running and getting the gear going and just chilling out really. So that's where we're up to with the old day 2 progression.